Welcome back to Prime Property. It made its mark in Mumbai, and now the 35-year-old Hiranandani Group is finally looking to foray into at least 3 new cities. But that's not all that's keeping the co-founder Niranjan Hiranandani busy. He's been trying to buy out Hirco, an AIM-listed real estate fund of which Hiranandani was chairman till December 2010. Hirco was Hiranandani's brainchild, incorporated in 2006 to co-invest in integrated townships in suburbs of Mumbai and Chennai. But the financial crisis battered Hirco out of shape, and Hiranandani ultimately stepped down on the back of corporate governance issues. He now joins us on Prime Property to talk to us about Hirco and his outlook on the year ahead. Thanks, Mr. Hiranandani. I want to begin by asking you, the £100 million offer you made last year to buy out Hirco was rejected. Have you submitted a new revised offer?
We did give an offer, it was declined. We are now, in fact, I filed an arbitration issue in Singapore against Hirco PLC because they've said that, the delays which have taken place were not disclosed to Hirco PLC at the time of AIM's listing, which is ridiculous. You know that the world went backwards, Lehman collapsed. The whole delays taken place. Now they're trying to blame those delays and the setback in 2008 and up to 2010 on me. Of course, I've resigned as chairman of Hirco, but they want to blame it on me, and so I've taken an arbitration proceedings against them in Singapore.
So, Mr. Hiranandani, you're saying you're now in arbitration in Singapore, but once again, are you considering the possibility of submitting a revised offer for Hirco?
Not really. I haven't really now reconsidered because I think they're kind of blaming me all the time and trying to fall and fight. So we have to really try and see what else we can do. I'm not averse to making offers, but it depends on how the whole discussion, arbitration, discussions and other things go through. But we can do a lot.
You believe you and Hirco can do a lot. I guess we should actually leave that for another time when we have more clarity on the outcome. Now, I want to talk to you about Hiranandani Group. I understand you want to foray into Ahmedabad, Nasik and Pune, that you've already, purchased land there and are looking at high-end residential projects. So by when are you expected to launch those projects?
Yeah, we are looking at Ahmedabad, Pune and Nasik as an opportunity to take things forward. The cities of Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and now additions to these are the things we are looking forward. I think we would look by Diwali of this year. I think we should have at least 2 out of these 3 launched off. But these can always be restructured. Most of the states are now looking at revised policy. Mr. Ajay Mahkan made a statement in the CII saying that they're going to increase FSI in terms of these townships. Now, if they really do walk the talk in this sense of the term, then we really have to design the project slightly differently. And also that will make middle class and lower segment also more affordable.
Okay, so we've discussed your upcoming launches in new cities. Now let's talk about deliveries. Every developer's delivery timeline went out of whack after the 2008 financial meltdown. Are you also behind schedule?
I think in the last, since 2008, I think deliveries have slipped in terms, first the demand slipped, and later on the execution slipped, mainly because of a lot of approval issues. I think we were devastated in terms of approvals. It took a long time to get most of the approvals through. So we have had setbacks in terms of creating more construction throughput. We've not had as much difficulty in terms of sales. So sales and marketing is still very proactive and positive. We've had good sales. We've had no reduction in prices. In fact, they've gone up. So I think all in all, we would say that the setback would be by, say, 2 years of deliveries.
Okay, so 2 years slippage is what you're facing at the moment when we talk about deliveries. Thanks a lot, Mr. Hiranandani, for joining us here at Prime Property. Okay, now we head down south to Bangalore's Sobha developers. This relatively low-profile company has been the preferred choice of influential brokerage firms like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan and Jefferies. Analysts like Sobha for its execution capabilities and relatively stronger balance sheet. With a healthy debt-equity ratio of 0.6, Sobha says it will expand via joint ventures, thus restricting cash outgo. It's keen to foray into North India and launch residential projects in Delhi suburbs like Noida and Ghaziabad. In fact, an update on this is expected in the next quarterly results, along with details of its launch pipeline of 12.5 million square feet.
Maximum launches will happen in Bangalore, followed by Chennai, then in Cochin, Trichy, Calicut, and then in NCR. See, we do believe that in north couple of more cities we are eyeing. Hopefully we should be able to have clarity in next 4 to 5 quarters. Then in the south we do believe that a couple of more cities can get added as we move forward. You can expect about 3 million square feet of new launches from now onwards throughout this year.
But what has impressed customers and brokerage houses the most is Sobha's on-time delivery.
I think we have not revised timeline for any of our projects. Every single project what we have launched, they all are on schedule. What we believe strongly in is that while a project may take 3 to 4 years to complete, whatever we are selling on an annual basis, we should be able to execute it also on an annual basis. So this year we are targeting 3.75 million square feet of sale, and accordingly we do believe that next year we should be executing 3.75 million square feet of residential projects.
And Sobha is charging a premium for this confidence with a hike in prices.
We keep repricing the projects depending upon the cost increases on the one hand as well as the demand velocity. And these increases have been primarily to offset the cost increases. 6 to 7% increase has been happening, which we believe that will not impact our volumes. What currently we are realizing, a blended realization of about 6,000 rupees a square feet across 7 cities where we have the presence. Going forward, we do believe that this kind of a price point in India has become affordable for the products what we are selling and in the quantity what we are doing. This is the market. We feel we have a long way to go, and in 4 to 5 years of time the current volumes we can hope to double.
That Sobha convinced sales won't be affected by that latest hike in prices, but only time will actually confirm that. With that, we'll wrap up this edition of Prime Property. Thanks for watching. See you again same time next week.